Hey everyone, welcome back to Crypto Cash. Thanks again for joining me here. Hope you're having a phenomenal day. Quick look here again at Chainlink, seeing what's going on. I do want to quickly congratulate our community members for some awesome profit here from Chainlink. Yesterday we took a trade, 7x leverage trade, 32% in 5 hours. We're looking for our third target, so awesome stuff there. And also, of course, not to discredit SKL, 153% in 4 trading days, ARB 125. OP 143, Matic 102. Yesterday was a very, very profitable day for us. So again, congrats to our community members for that. But what we're going to look at here is, is this price going to bounce off this level here? We got this 0.5 fib level that's looking very, very strong. Let me go ahead and move this alert here. And I think there's a good chance we're going to get a bounce, but we're going to talk about why and why not, okay? So if you're new to the channel, just know I'm not a financial advisor. Love to teach people to trade, and I hope you can learn something today. Again, cryptocash.tech is a site. If you want to consider becoming a community member, more important, attend my trading university so you can learn as much as you possibly can. It's important to know as much as you can with risk tolerance, because that's the thing that most people struggle with right now. And I got a whole section on that. So this is the last 12 hours for Chainlink, okay? A lot of shorts there at about the 1735 mark, which is understandable. We also got some late longs here at about 16, but for the most part, we're seeing a lot of liquidation above the current price action. We take a look at the 7-day time frame here as well. We can kind of see it does change a little bit. There's not a ton of bigger picture liquidation levels. Most of them got swept. The lower levels got swept, upper levels swept, and at this point, we're just kind of waiting for new accumulation. So that's actually a good sign. It really just implies that we're going to see maybe some real TA instead of just some liquidation hunts. Okay, so all in all, not a terrible thing. Let's look at the daily time frame, work our way down. Quickly to note, on the daily time frame, we're above all moving averages. I talked about this yesterday. That's half the reason why we took the trade. Everything's looking fairly bullish on the daily. Nothing here to really say that's disadvantageous. Okay, MACD bounce, stochastic RSI swinging upwards. Well, it's actually pulling back a little bit now, which makes sense. We did just have a pullback. RSI, money flow index, all in that sweet spot. So the daily time frame still looks good, even though we have somewhat of a bearish candle here. Okay. Taking a look at the 4-hour time frame, most of that came in just one 4-hour candle. We can see traditional RSI is hanging out right there at about 50. Money flow index is above, stochastic swinging down, and MACD is trying to diverge. So the 4-hour time frame does not look fantastic. Not going to sugarcoat it. This is not the kind of condition I want to trade into. Yesterday we were looking pretty nice, getting closer to about 70 on the RSI, hitting that sweet spot. That's why we took our trade. But at this point, we're seeing somewhat of a divergence. So it's a shift in momentum. Hasn't fully shifted yet, but it is still something we want to pay attention to. Okay. We also got this previous support and resistance level at about 1590. So just keep in mind 1590 to 1595, roughly 16, is going to be that support range there at that 0.5 fib level. That's an important level to hold. Okay. It's really a common area to retrace to, so I'm not surprised at all to see the price action getting close to that level. If we take a quick peek here, though, at we're going to look at TD sequential. We're at a 7 right now, so we've been running to the downside for 7 hours straight. Which does imply we should see a pullback soon. Pullback could come in many ways. It could just be a dead cap. It could come back up and start to rally. But what we're looking for in this reversal, I've talked about this all the time, is to ensure that you're seeing higher highs and higher lows. Right now, we don't see that. We're at best range bound within the last 3 or 4 hours. So in order to break this descending trend, we need to kind of look for some shifts in momentum, and we don't see those yet. The 4-hour time frame tells us there could be further downside, honestly. So is it worth taking a long position? Probably not, especially with us traveling almost into the cloud. We're not there yet, but unless the price action does one of these here, we have no reason to want to consider taking a trade. Again, if you kind of pull that over here to the lagging span, that would intersect as well. So truth is, we're not going to have a good buy signal for this coin for a little while. Okay. Same thing with the conversion line is below the baseline too. We actually have 2 out of 3 indications that a short position might be viable. I'm not recommending a short. I would only recommend that if we break down below this level about 16, we start treading right here. That would be a case in point for me to consider a short. I don't want to take a short right now because I just don't like shorting this market. It just doesn't make a ton of sense. However, you got to recognize Bitcoin's pulling back. A lot of altcoins are taking profit, and this is one of those profitable coins. Okay, so all that said, we're not in a position for a long. I would recommend waiting and pumping the brakes a little bit. And if you're itching to take a trade, maybe consider joining my signals group, just so that way you can have more opportunities. I send out, I would say 1 to 3 trade signals per day. My day trading bot, like 10 to 15 signals a day. It gets kind of crazy. But either way, if you're in my group and you haven't already, make sure you reference our signals guide. I have instructions on how to follow those trades effectively, the proper setup with percentages, as well as just understanding how they work with targets, entry, etc. Easy way to understand it is you want to make sure to adjust your stop loss higher as you take profit, and make sure your first target is more than 50% profit. That way, if you hit your stop loss for some reason, you're still walking away in the green. Okay. There's strategies of survival, and I can tell you what, I've survived many markets and many trends, and it's nice to be able to continue to do so with such an awesome group of folks. So thank you again to my current community members. One last little thank you as well is I'm happy that this exchange is working very well for you. Bitunix, guys, check this out. It's a very awesome exchange. They have really nice rewards between now and the end of the year. If you use my link to register, I just highly recommend them because they have no KYC or VPN requirements, and they're extremely good exchange. Thank you again, Bitunix, for an awesome opportunity. Have yourself a great rest of the day. We will see you all in the next one. Take good care.